view. They're double-sided. The first side shows the farm and processing info, and the other side shows the brewing information and tasting notes. Please keep them with you for your debriefs. I'll give you instructions when to flip them over for the tasting notes. This coffee is a Gesha from Boquete, Panama, grown by Edwin Fehrenbach of Creativa Coffee District. This coffee is grown at 1,400 meters above sea level in the shade of the tallest volcano in Panama. Cherries were picked at a Brix content of around 18 and a pH around 4.5. The cherry was then placed into a closed plastic container held at 29 degrees Celsius for 49 hours. Creativa calls this process intrinsic cherry. It leads to a vibrant tropical fruit acidity, which you will taste as pineapple and lime, as well as a berry and stone fruit sweetness like blackberries and nectarine, as well as a juicing and coating body throughout the whole coffee. Coffee was then dried for 20 days until 18% moisture was achieved. This brings out more of that rounder body in the coffee, reinforces that stone fruit sweetness, and the double mesh layering prevents over-fermentation, leading to an amazing amount of clarity in this cup. Now, judges, please flip your menus over as I give you the tasting notes. For the aroma, you'll get honeysuckle, wildflower honey, and berry compote. When the coffee is hot, you'll get pomegranate, passion fruit, dried mango. The acidity will be medium-high in intensity and citric like a lime. The body will be coating with a tactility similar to cocoa nibs. And the aftertaste will be sweet and long-lasting like cane sugar. When the coffee is when the coffee is still hot, you'll also get a wildflower honey-like sweetness, which lasts when it's warm and cool as well. When the coffee is warm, you'll get nectarine. Chocolate-covered acai, the body will become juicy and coating. For the acidity, it will be a mixture of citric and tartaric acids. Citric, this time like pineapple, and tartaric like blackberries. And that blackberry note will be in the aftertaste as well and be long-lasting. When it gets cool, you'll get watermelon. The body will be juicy and syrupy. The acidity will stay citric, but reminiscent of grapefruit, and that blackberry acidity will stay as well. And the cane sugar note will come back in the aftertaste, along with that brown sugar note, with the blackberry note. With this coffee, it is a high amount of acidity and sweetness, and I want to find a brew method that balanced it all out and brought out more body in this coffee. So today, I'm brewing it on the Origami Air Dripper with a flat-bottomed paper filter. With the Origami Air's larger open hole, it allows for a faster flow rate throughout the entire brewing period. And the faster flow rate, I can get better clarity in my cups. With a plastic dripper, I'm keeping a consistent slurry temperature the entire way through the brewing period. That temperature will be important in just a moment. I'll explain why in a moment. And I'm using a flat-bottom paper filter for an even extraction between coffee and water to bring out better balance and body in the coffee. I found that a cone-shaped filter paper brought out too much acidity and less balance in the cup. My recipe today is 18 grams of coffee to 255 milliliters of water for a 1 to 14.1 brew ratio. This concentrated ratio brings out more of that juicy mouthfeel for the coffee and concentrates those more tropical fruit-forward characteristics of the cup. I ground my coffee slightly coarser to bring out better clarity. And I pulsed it with water after the bed's completely dried out. By doing so, I can bring up that brew strength after losing it with the coarser grind size. And the pulsing with fresh water allows me to add fresh water to the slurry, which dissolves more solubles in the cup. I started with a 50-gram circle pour, followed by 2 70-gram pours, and then another 50-gram circle pour. Now for temperature. I used 2 different kettles with 2 different temperatures and mineral content. The first kettle for the first pour was 194 degrees Fahrenheit and 50 parts per million of aqua code. That lower temperature and mineral content brings out more of the acidity and the fruit-forward characteristics of this coffee. Then the second and third pours were 203 degrees Fahrenheit at 85 ppm. That higher temperature brings out more of that honey-like sweetness in the coffee. The final pour was 50 ppm at 192 degrees Fahrenheit. Lower temperatures as to avoid any bitterness or dryness in the coffee. As I serve you these coffees, please, there you go, swirl the cups to evaluate the aroma. When the coffee is hot, use your cupping spoons. When it gets warm and cool, please drink directly from the cup to get more of that full mouthfeel and syrupiness. Thank you, judges. Time.